Estoy con Alan Brookes, él es el director de el Maratón de Toronto y nos va a compartir algunas respuestas. Alan, in real estate, there is this single most important asset that is location, 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 right? What would you say that it's the equivalent for a race?
I think increasingly it's about creating the experience and finding the values of the runners that you want to attract, the segment of runners you want to attract, and what will make them happy. Just like having a show for Cirque du Soleil, or are you trying to get people 25 to 34 or 65 and over, and what do they like? What do they want? What will make them happy? What will make them feel welcome? And trying to create that experience in the whole build up to the race and then throughout the race weekend. So part of that is the location. We know as a destination, what is a Vancouver experience, what is a New York, a Toronto experience. But I think increasingly the focus is on the kind of space, the kind of community that the runners, the participants in your events want to see.
Right. Okay. I'm sure a man like you has heard all kinds of stories from runners, organizers, some of them very inspiring, I'm sure. Is there any story that you have kept for a long time you'd like to share?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I've been organizing races in Canada for over 30 years now, and I think one of the most important things for me has been the development, the sophistication of running events. And again, continuing on from my previous answer, the personalization of the experience. Many individual personal stories that I have. We had a very famous runner, Ed Whitlock, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, but he set all the new records for runners 70 plus. So he became the first runner over 70 years old to run under 3 hours.
Wow.
So it was like you were running with your abuelo.
Yeah,
And he's running
right.
sub 3. And Ed did that in Toronto in 2003, 2004. And I went then he became world famous. And I went with him to New York, where he received an award as the master. In his speech, he got up after Justin Gatlin, and Gatlin was talking about all his nutritional supplements and his training, and Ed said, well, I don't really know what to say. I don't have a trainer. I don't have a specific training plan.
Special diet.
No, he said, I pretty well eat whatever my wife cooks for me. I just love to run. And he became a kind of folk hero. I went to Rotterdam with Ed and around the world. And I think Ed had a phrase that he used so often when, he was in his 70s. Don't limit yourself. And you will be amazed what you can do if you don't limit yourself and try to be the best person that you can be. So Ed is really, I guess he was a hero and inspiration for me. And if I had to pick one particular thing, we have qualified so many runners for major international competitions for the Olympic Games. Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon was the Canadian Marathon Trials for the Tokyo Olympics, and the winning Canadian man and woman, as long as they had the international standard of 2:11:30 and 2:29:30 for the women, would get automatic pre-selection to Tokyo that day. And our first Canadian, he'd only run 2:16 before. He ran 2:09:51. And the woman, Dana Pidarevsky, she had been running in our Canada Running Series races for years, and she would always go out aggressive, and many times she'd be sitting on the sidewalk, you know, 30 kilometers and tears, and this was just her day. Her best before was 2:35, and she ran like 2:29:10, and I was there at the finish line she was in tears, and many runners know Desi Linden in the United States, the sort of blue collar, lunch bucket, everyday hero, and Dana was like that in Canada. And so these are special moments that touch our hearts, that you know, means something very special to us. So I'm lucky. I ran 10 marathons myself. I was just a club runner. My best was 2:34. I wouldn't win anything with that. And now I feel very fortunate, just like now, I have so many friends in Mexico in the running community.